Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee Podcast. This is our Week 10 preview. No, it's not. It's our Week 11 preview. It's
What
wrong
is
in the
time?
show notes.
That's on me. It's week 11.
I'm blaming Kamish. Good. That feels
My
good
fault.
not to. It feels good not to be the fuck up for once. I like this. I like this feeling. As always, my name is Jordan. I am the VP tonight of drinking Woodford Reserve and enjoying a little warmth. With me tonight, as always, Commissioner Escalante and our special guest, West Virginia correspondent Beth. Beth, how are you doing tonight?
Just swell. Unbelievably tired. Let's do this.
Got it. Kamish, how are you?
I'm good. I just witnessed some action.
Yeah.
55-yard touchdown run to the house for the Akron Zips. They're only down 3 now to Eastern
Akron's
Michigan.
holding on tonight. That's good. Akron's playing a good game tonight. That game has had the most fireworks of anything, which is surprising.
I've put it on and I haven't taken it off. Our man thrown out of the the game for cussing out a ref of Mr. Undercuffler.
Mr. Undercuffler, yes.
He is in due to injury of the Akron quarterback, and he's leading them back. Mostly the running backs doing all the work, but Jeff Undercuttler inspiring the Akron Zips comeback right now.
The best
Go
game on
feisty Zips.
the best game I've been watching tonight, Ball State Toledo, has been really good. A very close game. It's 14-14 and a half. Let's start with the discussion, because last week we forgot to mention something. At the UMass UConn game, there was a sideline reporter who had his wedding day that day, Justin Walters. And then he went and called the UMass UConn game from the sideline. Now, this is awesome because it's UMass UConn, but this also gets us into something that I caused a stir with the other day online under the Sickos account. I did not mean to, but I'm the person that says fall weddings are fine.
Oh no. Oh no, how dare you? I mean, you got a lot of hate for that.
Of all the shitty opinions of mine I've shared, like that one, that's not Sickos. Do you know what's wonderful? Weddings. Because seeing your friends, getting drunk, dancing, usually pretty good food, like weddings are great. And you know what? Fall weddings are great weather. Places are usually slightly cheaper. I will never judge anyone for having a fall wedding. Ever, ever, ever. I will watch the game on my phone. I'll do something else if I need to.
So the three of us have all gotten married at some point, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I got married in the fall. I
Mhm.
got married on a West Virginia football Saturday.
Oh
Perfect.
man.
Yep, that happened. And I got married long enough ago. It was back in actually 2007. So
Oh, no.
yeah, it was that West Virginia
Yeah.
team. Yeah,
Yeah.
my family did not attend West Virginia Cincinnati. Instead, they attended my nuptials. But hey, you get your venue when you can get the venue. In this case, if your venue is Rentschler Field, awesome as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly right. There you go.
No one has to make hard decisions. Now we can all enjoy UConn together as a brand new blended family.
That would be a rough sell for a lot of people in my life, I won't lie. There'd be some people who'd be totally down with that, but that would be a rough sell for some others.
So like when this happened, like in the mentions, like I had no idea what's going on, and then I stepped away from the account for like a little bit. All of a sudden I'm coming back and it's just like, I am so disappointed in you, Sickos. And I'm like, what happened? What's going on? And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I finally saw like the notification on the tweet, just like, oh yeah, just one of them was just like fall weddings, and like there was like 3 things, and you agreed with like 2 of them except
Yeah.
the third one. And I'm like, and then I saw the guy get married, and then like he gets married, and then he goes to work after the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, he's in the committee for life. They gave him a certificate. It said, "Let it be known on the 4th day of November 2022, Justin Walters became the first sideline reporter to be married and call a game on the same day."
I want, like, first, I really feel like that can't be the case. I just can't feel, I feel like that can't be the case. Like, first.
I mean,
This
I don't know
story's
how
been
to
going along
research
for
that.
how long? I know, there's no way. But just,
First of all, we know for a fact that football games have taken place in Vegas. So just the bare odds on
Yep,
that
absolutely
to
right.
begin with.
mm-hmm.
Sideline reporter gets married with an Elvis impersonator, and then goes to call UNLV and San Jose State.
Yeah.
Perfect.
At Old Sam Boyd Stadium, because it's funnier that way.
It's funnier that way. It's
It's
definitely
funny
not
if
the
it's-
nice new one.
No.
Absolutely.
I don't have a strong opinion one way or another. I mean, I got married in the spring. I prefer the spring. Fall weddings are great too. I don't want to be like that account, hey, you only have to do it this way because
We got to get you some
It's-
stronger opinions, man. Your wishy-washy opinions are killing us. We need you to draw some hard lines, make some
no,
controversial opinions,
I
get
don't
some
like-
engagement.
I don't like to do that.
No, I
don't.
know. Even editing
just-
you, whenever I
it's-
edit you in the podcast, I always have to edit around because when you talk about games, it's always blah blah blah. Make a statement, and then well, this team's pretty good too. You are the consummate, and like this is a good thing because this is how you keep us out of trouble because you are the consummate like balancer for these things. Where I am like the hot-headed asshole that like shoots off the takes.
I will come out guns a-blazing on this. The best time of the year to get married is mid-November. Period. End of sentence.
Done.
It's the best
I'll
time
take
to
it.
it's the best time to get married because the weather is still usually pretty good in most of the country. You're not going to have a huge problem with your wedding being super hot or super cold yet. Everybody is kind of in the holiday-ish mood. The churches are already pre-decorated if you want to get married in one of those, which is awesome.
In good
And
colors.
And then once you get married in, whatever venue you want, you can usually take a week of honeymoon, and then you're going to be off work for a week because of Thanksgiving. So you get a 2-week honeymoon, only losing 1 week of work. Find me another time of the year when that doesn't work. It was great. I went to Hawaii over Thanksgiving. Do you know who goes to Hawaii over Thanksgiving? The Maui Invitational people and no one else. It was great.
I like being the middle guy because that's kind of what I do in my job. I have to deal with I got to deal with completely hot-headed people like making intense complaints, and then I have to go to I'm like the middleman between the decision makers and the person that's upset that something went wrong associated with their claim in this situation. So I guess it translates on the podcast. I don't have strong opinions. I'm extremely superstitious. So like if I say something, I've been bit in the ass so many times.
That makes a lot of sense. It saves us more often than not. Because you are so good at the like very zen, that's part of like our vibe was because you said it was that we aren't like assholes. We don't have like weird intense takes for whatever reason. Like we're not that kind of group. We're very inclusive. We're very open to people. Like that's like you built part of that. And just if you see a hot take on this account, no, it's probably me. I'm the one that's usually tossing off shit left and right, not thinking about it. That's how I work.
Like commissioner's asleep. Let me get this hot take off. I wake up, I'm like, oh shit.
When you think of the Sickos committee, what you really need to envision is Commissioner Escalante standing, maybe out on a beach, and he's holding a whole bunch of balloons in his hands. And those balloons are the rest of us idiots. And he's desperately trying to keep us from flying off into space into bad directions. That's what the commissioner does. He's a moderating influence, and we love him for it. And as always, if you want to complain about my terrible wedding take, you are welcome to complain on Twitter to @obnoxiouslypitgirl.
We also want to mention from last week, we didn't say it, the guy at the A&M game last week wearing his App State shirt and smoking a cigar as A&M's losing. That was beautiful. And the best part was no one else noticed it except Kamish. The guy next to him is wearing a Wyoming shirt.
I mean, it's just like he's wearing like an App State t-shirt with like an App State beanie. I don't even know what the weather was in College Station on Saturday or whatever.
It wasn't beanie weather, I'm telling you that much.
It wasn't beanie weather, but he's just lighting a cigar in Kyle Field. The guy next to him's wearing like just like a hat, and then I just spotted his Wyoming polo shirt. And I'm like, what? Okay, so there's an App State fan next to a Wyoming fan watching A&M lose to Florida in Kyle Field. It's just weird.
So let's talk about Rotisserie Chicken Guy. I just know he's in Philly and he just eats chicken.
So I really don't know how this started. Rotisserie Chicken Guy. For some odd reason, he went to eat a rotisserie chicken somewhere in Philly 40 days in a row. Like a rotisserie chicken, like a whole rotisserie chicken 40 days in a row. He put up like a sign on, I guess, the telephone poles. It says, "Come watch me eat an entire rotisserie chicken."
Okay.
And I mean, he has like a huge audience to celebrate his achievement of eating one whole rotisserie chicken 40 days in a row. I don't know what happened here. All I know is Philadelphia, man eats rotisserie chicken 40 days in a row. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why he stopped at 40 days.
I think it's beautiful. I think the simplicity of it. Someone sets out to do something, they do it. What more do you want in a story?
I'm looking at the subheader on the New York Times article about this guy, and his quote there is, he felt relieved to be done with the challenge. Quote, "My body is ready to repair."
Like he's having some sort of psychic damage done. Like his body is, it's made of more chicken than man now.
I thought it would be like a young guy doing this, maybe like somebody in the early 20s. No, it's a 31-year-old like server at a Philadelphia steakhouse.
Mhm.
And so I guess he got tired of seeing steak. He was like, I'm just gonna eat chicken 40 days in a row.
I love rotisserie chicken. It's like one of my like secret loves. I love making just like roast chicken at home, like buying a chicken and just roasting it. Like it's one of my favorite things in the world to eat. You used to eat with your fingers, like that's like my favorite thing in the world. I could eat a chicken a day for 40 days and be fine with it. Like that would be totally just great for me.
Would you eat the whole chicken, or are you just like are you like a white meat of the chicken?
Rip the whole thing apart because I use the
Okay.
rest of it. I use the rest of it for stock.
Okay.
So eat everything off of it. If I have a little bit left, it doesn't matter because then it's just gonna go in my stock.
Oh my goodness, that's so much chicken stock.
It well, yeah. If I did it for 40 days, yeah, that would be a lot of chicken stock. Although Thanksgiving is coming up, I'm gonna need it. What could
How
you
much
eat?
gravy are you making? A 55-gallon drum.
Exactly. A bucket of gravy.
Listen, I have needs.
Kamish, what could you eat for 40 days in a row?
I have no idea. There was one point I think in college where my roommate at the time, his mom bought like 5 or 6 boxes of like full size bags of candy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had like 3 of those 6 boxes or whatever were Reese's Pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So I swear at the like my freshman year of college at ULM, I ate probably 40 bags of Reese's Pieces, like maybe 40. I can't really eat those anymore. Also, there was a Chick-fil-A on campus
Okay.
at ULM. There was just like the normal like Sodexo like crappy cafeteria,
Mhm.
or go to Chick-fil-A. So I probably did those 40 days in a row. I at some point. So I feel like I've done Reese's Pieces, like the bags of Reese's Pieces, and I definitely did the Chick-fil-A. I know I did that for almost 2 months straight. I ate almost every item on the menu at Chick-fil-A. I'm reading the article a little bit further on him. Apparently he's married.
Sure.
Okay.
Behind every stupid man, there's a partner willing to go along with the stupidity as long as it doesn't bring them any personal shame.
I can really get his quote here. Like they asked him a question like, what do your friends and family think about all this? And then he goes, I mean, pretty much everyone was confused at the start, but then it was interesting. And I find this happens often in other scenarios. But if someone's doing something a little strange at first, it confuses you. Then it may concern you, but then it intrigues you. And eventually you just kind of fall for it. And I feel like that's a really good metaphor for the Sickos committee right there.
That's beautiful.
I feel like
Look at that throw pillow.
we're going to...
Inspirational poster. God damn.
Definitely. So, he
Yeah,
went
this is
from-
going up in the Live, Laugh, Love font somewhere.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Definitely. The Hobby Lobby will steal it. Well, we got to put it on an artifact first.
Like a Sumerian tablet. Yep. Beth, what is your food you eat 40 days in a row?
There isn't much in like the fast food genre I can do at this point. I'm staring down 40 and my human body has limits to what I can do to it now for more
Mhm.
than a month. I can tell you, shout out to my friend Al in college who discovered that the cheapest way to eat in Greenville, Pennsylvania, home of Teal College, was to get sausage gravy at the local diner establishment. And he
Ooh.
ate that for about 2 months straight and got scurvy. So yeah, vary
Okay.
your diet, kids.
Fucking eat a lemon, guys. Someone just like eat a
Wait.
fucking lemon at some point.
Wait. You got scurvy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot of vitamin C in sausage gravy, as it turns out.
I saw some people eat some pretty awful diets, but none of them ever got scurvy. So Beth, you got me on this one, and I'm so
Yeah.
proud you do. God, I'm
Yeah,
proud of you.
I just remember him coming up to us and saying, my gums won't stop bleeding, and I can't figure out what's wrong. At
God.
this point, I make an onion cheddar bread that's really good that I could definitely eat for more than a month and just like snack on and just ruin myself. But
Yeah.
wow, that's a lot of rotisserie chicken. Holy cow.
So we have our week 11 preview. Tonight, what is our current Mac updates, Kamish?
All right, let's go. MACTION updates. My friends think that when I say MACTION, it sounds like the action from the video game Time Crisis.
It was a shooter game, wasn't it? It was like
It was
like
a shooter
gun
game.
at the
Yeah, the gun game at like the Dave and Buster's.
Yeah. No,
like
it wasn't. It wasn't a Dave and Buster's. We played it there.
No, but I mean, like it's. I mean, what? Like Chuck E. Cheese, or are we going like back to your local arcade days?
I was gonna say what I used to do before I would go see a movie with my friends. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, this was at the skating rink next to Mortal Kombat and Galaga.
There we go. Yep.
Eastern Michigan's up 34-28. 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Akron's got the ball and they're trying to take the lead. They're on Eastern Michigan's 33.
Come on,
Ohio, the Bobcats, in the Battle of the Bricks.
Battle of the Bricks.
That's right. They're up 31-21. It's been a wild one so far. They're on Miami, Ohio's 14 right now with the ball
Okay.
up 10. Ball State, Toledo, back and forth, MACTION. It is 21-21. The guy that has a pet alligator, he has 3 touchdowns and 181 yards rushing.
Sure.
I think it's like the alligator's like Curly G is the name of the alligator, I think.
Sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's 21-21, midway through the third quarter, MACTION update. Back to you, folks.
Tomorrow night, we also have a triple header of MACTION all at the same time. Buffalo at Central, Kent State at Bowling Green, and Northern Illinois at Western Michigan. The question afterward on the show notes is, any predictions? No. Bowling Green will probably win. Buffalo might win. I don't know.
I love the commitment to the classics here, like just this hydra of MACTION that we get. Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, Bowling Green, if they could win over Kent State, they are bowl eligible for the first time since 2015.
That's
So
insane.
this is
Yeah.
it's a huge win for them. Eastern Michigan is still trying to hang on against Akron, still driving. Akron, Jeff Undercuffler Jr. trying to gut this one out for the Zips.
What's the name of the guy in the Lorac? It's not the Undercuffler.
The Onceler.
Thank
the
you.
Onceler.
When I hear Undercuffler, I just think of the Onceler. I don't know why, but that's absolutely what's in my head.
He's just weird hands reaching out of a window.
No, he's the guitar player in the new CG one.
Ooh.
It's really awful. There was a whole like Tumblr fandom around the Onceler. It got very weird. I watched a random YouTube video about Onceler fandom, and it got very weird very quickly. Then an hour later, like most YouTube videos, I was like, why did I watch this? On Thursday night, we have a game that is not a rivalry game, but feels like it should be one. Georgia Southern at the Raging Cajuns, Thursday at 6:30 p.m. That emotionally feels like a rivalry game. Like, this is going to be one eventually. There is no trophy, but I'm trying to think of a good trophy with Georgia Southern and the Raging Cajuns.
Can it just be like a bowl of shrimp grits?
I like that. Yeah, like a seafood. Ooh, no, gotcha here.
Okay.
What, like those really fancy seafood restaurants? They have the seafood tower. Can we have a seafood tower trophy with like the lobsters like hanging off the edges and the crawfish hanging off? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. It's the seafood tower game for $199 retail at market price.
Is there seafood in Statesboro, Georgia?
Sure. I mean, no part of Georgia is that far from the water.
Okay.
Like I make that argument. Like, you can get good seafood anywhere in Georgia. Most places in Georgia.
Lakes is sea if you believe enough.
Yeah. Hey, Lake Lanier probably has seafood in it. They have to, you feed off the corpses and you get some, beautiful fat fish.
Don't eat any seafood out of Lake
Hey guys,
Lanier.
everyone eat the seafood out of Lake Lanier. It's probably fine. A little freshwater, some freshwater mollusks. It's fine. It's probably fine. I eat zebra mussels all the time and I'm fine. Look at me. Those are invasive, right? Yeah, those are very invasive.
Yes, they're eating Lake Erie right now.
There we go. So don't farm them. Clearly, don't start your own zebra mussel farm, but go get some. A little white wine, some shallots, just like you would normal mussel. I bet you it's fine. It's probably fine. I'm gonna add a disclaimer here. Don't do that. Also on Thursday night on ESPN, on real ESPN, Tulsa at Memphis. This game is it always on Thursday nights?
This is the game that if it's played on a Saturday, I think my brain is broken. This one always feels like it's the weird Thursday or Friday night game, I would say. But I don't feel like Tulsa and Memphis ever play on a Saturday. Don't bother to look it up. It's just how it feels.
Yeah, this is guys, we are real America on this podcast, so we're using what we feel rather than numbers and facts. And it feels like it's always been on Thursday night. In fact, I'm going to say for the last 120 years, this game has been on Thursday nights.
Cherished tradition.
Cherished tradition. If anything happens more than 2 times, it's a tradition. Friday at 8:30 game is going to prove our question of, is any good football good football? Because at 8:30 on Fox Sports 1, Colorado at USC. Colorado's going to get manhandled, but I'm going to watch. So I don't know if that makes me a degenerate.
Yes.
Or if it means that any good. Okay. Well, we'll see. Yeah.
With the Sickos committee, there's no shame here in watching.
That is right. Yeah, there is
none.
no shame here.
It is a safe space for you to admit that you're going to watch Colorado and USC. I love the uniform matchup, honestly. Like the black and gold, and then the Trojan colors of is it like scarlet and yellow, or is it Garnet and
I'm not going to answer. I'm not going
okay,
to say an answer, but that's what's
whatever.
going to happen is everyone's going to scream at you for being like, you don't know that SU's colors are victory maroon and glorious gold. How dare you, sir? I don't know what they actually
Victory.
are.
Yes,
I don't
the
fucking know what they are.
cherry and chartreuse of the Trojans.
Exactly, right. As far as I know, it's cherry and chartreuse.
Okay, I don't know how many USC followers we have.
Probably not
I
a
know we
lot.
have some. I know we have some USC, the one on the East Coast followers probably, but definitely I'm not sure how many Southern Cal.
I don't know if you saw it on the last poll.
Yeah.
I put California USC as Southern Cal, or like, no, I put them as South California, and I put South Carolina as USC. Only a couple people caught it, but those people were very angry or happy.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So I may get yelled at. This would be
Okay.
great. I don't. That's fine.
The actual game I'm excited about on Friday night, though, at 9:30 on CBS Sports Network, is Fresno State at UNLV. So we were so excited for UNLV. Do you know how they've done in October?
They almost like pulled a September Maryland, I guess I would say.
And
Yeah.
then they lost 4 straight.
Ugh.
They lost San Jose State by a lot, Air Force by a lot, Notre Dame by a few, and then they came really close to San Diego State, but lost it. Fresno State going to UNLV, Friday night game. I'm feeling like this is UNLV's. Like, even though Fresno State's has shown themselves to be better, I feel like UNLV has this. Because the Mountain West is such a mess this year. That's why.
I don't think so. Jake Haener is back. They dropped 55 on Hawaii last week.
I forgot about that shit. Oh no, I forgot about that.
Definitely. I wanted to update. One that I really care about. I don't really care about USC's colors named or garnet and gold seems right to me, but who knows? It's the name of the pet alligator for Carson Steele, the Ball State running back, is Crocky J. So I had it wrong.
Great number.
All right. So I had that wrong previously. Forgive me for not having Crocky J, the pet alligator of the Ball State running back that looks like Tim Riggins from Friday Night Lights. He kind of does.
He does. By the way, the answer you're looking for is cardinal and gold.
Cardinal and gold. Wait, how can you have you play against Stanford?
Right.
I mean, this is not right, USC.
So what you're saying is their colors are Stanford and gold.
There we go. Stolen valor.
Garnet and gold is Florida State. I'm an idiot. All right.
Oh man, you're gonna hear so much about this.
Katie is gonna be so mad at me.
They beat Miami as much as I do, so she loves me right now. It's fine. I'm the one that predicted the big win.
Yeah. Oh.
Also, on Friday night, we have a Big Sky game. Honestly, guys, if you're listening to this and you haven't watched Sacramento State play yet, do yourself a favor and watch them. They are so much fun. They're playing Portland State, who I think are bringing the Llamas back. If you know what I'm talking about, look at our account, because Portland State brought 2 Llamas to the last game and they won. So I assume the Llamas are coming back. Also, Portland State's mascot is not the Llamas. They just had 2 Llamas there in Portland State because this sport is amazing.
Now, Sacramento State barely survived Weber State last week, so they are still undefeated in the FCS, but they have been playing some very, very nail-biting games lately. Will they keep it going against Portland State? It should be quite interesting, honestly. Portland State's kind of feisty. They're like that middle of the pack team in the Big Sky. They play people tough. They played San Jose State tough in the FBS earlier this year. So it should be a good one. If Colorado and USC get out of hand, which could happen, and if Fresno State and UNLV gets out of hand, which could happen, you could always run to the Big Sky, baby.
It's time for our favorite time of the week, ACC slander. So, congrats. I need a theme song for ACC slander. I'll figure that out. Miami, congratulations. You're back on the ACC Regional Network at 2:30 p.m. You're playing at Georgia Tech. You're both 4-5, but a very different 4-5. Georgia Tech fans going 4-5. Oh, you know what? That's better. Like, this is better than we thought we were going to be. Great. Miami fans at 4-5, they're having a moment. I'm going to say Georgia Tech wins this one.
Ooh.
Georgia Tech wins it by 10.
Wow. That's a lot for... Ooh, that's bold predictions.
Yep. The Miami slander will continue until I'm proven wrong.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if Van Dyke's hurt, I don't know what, maybe the freshman that could run and not wasn't throwing too well against Florida State gets another shot, because I don't know if the backup Jake Garcia is going to get a chance here. I don't know. I don't have any confidence in Miami right now. I don't. After that game, I don't.
I'm glad you don't. No one should.
But, again, that that inner sicko guy, I was like, no, I can't do it. I think Georgia Tech wins by 3.
Which means that in order to get bowl eligible, Miami has to successfully get a sweep in the gauntlet of Clemson and Pitt.
Oh, they're done.
Yeah.
They're totally done. Mario's not going to a bowl game this year, and Miami's gonna have to deal with that.
I will say, if they do pull out the win here, Miami and Pitt is, I know they're not like neighbors or anything like that whatsoever. They're not close, but that's kind of one of my favorite ACC Coastal matchups.
Yeah.
Like Miami and Pitt, it's I don't know, the Dan Marino game.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. It's just something about those two playing each other brings out the best in Sickos committee watching, I guess, so to speak.
So the ACC Network made a choice. I want to be very clear about this. At 2:30, the ACC Network said, "No, Miami and Georgia Tech, you go into ACC Regional. We're going to put on Boston College and North Carolina State."
They want to see Zay Flowers of Boston College. Boston College's only weapon. I mean, that's the only reason they beat Louisville. Like, they couldn't cover him, the wide receiver, which, I mean, he'll probably be doing something in the NFL for sure. He's lightning fast, and he's a fun to watch. If the quarterback for BC, Phil Yurkovich, has time and can find Zay Flowers, but against NC State, probably not gonna have much time. So I don't know why they put this one on. They're hiding again. It's got to be something with Bally Sports, like South or something. There's no way
they must just love Miami.
Love Miami. This to Miami. I don't know why.
This is the 4th game this year.
Yeah,
4th game that Miami's been on the ACC Regional. Pitt, Virginia at 11 a.m. on the ACC Network. I have nothing to say about that game except that I think Pitt will win in a very sloggy game. The more interesting one is Florida State at Syracuse at 7 p.m. And of course, the big question there is Garrett Schrader back? As of today, which is Tuesday, Dino hasn't said anything. He's been very vague about it. And even if, Katie, I'm sorry, even if Garrett Schrader isn't back, I think Syracuse wins it.
Whoa.
I know.
Nighttime at the Carrier Dome.
Yeah, it's going to be mildly chilly in Syracuse with some light breeze. I think Syracuse is still feisty. And 7 p.m. For folks from Tallahassee, 7 p.m. in upstate New York is a weird thing.
Yeah, that's a weird combination. I'm just going to say that. Like a night game at Q's on an actual Saturday, not like the Friday night weird game that
Syracuse exactly right.
normally plays. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that feels weird. Does Florida State have that classic letdown after just obliterating their rivals 45-3? You think they do. I think Florida State rolls, honestly. If Schrader's like not 100%, I don't give Q's much of a chance. Really, honestly, I mean, it'd be weird. Like Syracuse 6-0, now they fall to like 6-4, which again, that's why we asked the question.
We had a feeling though, like I remember like conversations. We can go back and find the audio. We had a feeling that this was going to end, and when it ended, it was going to be a tire fire when it ended. But that's fine. Again, it does not matter. Syracuse got to a bowl game. Well, right. Whatever. Like, it's all, we're playing with house money at this point. Who the fuck cares? Can I interest you in a Louisville at Clemson at 2:30 p.m. on ESPN?
This will be hilarious to me. Louisville has never beat Clemson.
Wait, seriously?
I don't think they've ever beaten Clemson.
I don't think so.
Let's pull up the Wikipedia.
What would we do? Like, how do people have podcasts before the internet existed? Wait, hold up. Never mind. Scratch that statement. Scratch that statement. Scratch that statement.
Back in my day, we would just tape stuff on, the Memorex cassette tapes.
We just pass them around. Like mixtapes.
Pass them around. Like mixtapes, mixtape podcasts.
Okay, you're right. You're absolutely right. They're 7-0.
Yep. That's okay. So I got something right. So Louisville at Clemson. This would be hilarious to me if Louisville does this. And just for the reason, again, that Scott Satterfield was going to be fired. And he's rattled off like so many games in a row. And then if he does this to Dabo at Death Valley, my God.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
No. No. But like, it would be hilarious.
Is Scott Satterfield pulling off like the producer's prestige right now, where he's desperately trying to become a fired college football coach? It's all that he wants, and he's gone and produced a hit.
God, just give me my buyout, for the love of God. Just pay me my fucking buyout and let me go away.
And
Goddamn.
he just keeps winning these games randomly, like the one that he pulled off against Pitt. That he had no business winning that game. I mean, I don't know how.
I'm just imagining him like sitting in the locker room in like a little quiet space, just like quietly sobbing after a game that he's won inexplicably, and now he has to go out to the media and be like, "Yep, this was the plan the whole time." In the meantime, he's thinking, "Damn it, I'm gonna have to call my goddamn travel agent again and tell them to postpone my trip because I'm not gonna be fired this week either."
I have the moving truck all set. They've been my fucking cube has been parked outside my house. I'm ready to load it. Just end this, please.
Like, I'm moving to Scottsdale. The second this is over, just please fire me.
By the way, the USC color you're looking for is Pantone 201C and Pantone 1223C. In case you're trying to color match that for our brand identity and graphics nerds out there.
Okay, that's so for yourself, right?
That's
okay.
for me.
MACTION update. Eastern Michigan 34, Akron 28.
Oh, God damn it, Eastern. Don't fuck it up.
No, it's over. It's the final score.
Oh,
I just said final
yeah.
score.
Yeah, go Eastern. Woo.
Okay. All right.
Go
Eastern
Emus.
Michigan. The Eastern Michigan Emus, even though they're technically called the Eagles, but
Whatever.
they are now bowl eligible at 6-4. Congratulations, Eastern Michigan.
Yeah. Imagine
Print those shirts.
Imagine that. Eastern Michigan is bowl eligible at the beginning of November. That may have been the earliest they've ever actually been bowl eligible. I'm going to double check that later on. I feel like that's the earliest they've ever been bowl eligible. It won't be a hard thing to check because they've only been bowl eligible like 4 times. Can I interest anyone in Virginia Tech at Duke, 11 a.m. on ESPN3, which is the streaming version?
In basketball, yes.
Yeah, not in football. Not feeling that.
I don't know. Like, it's one of those weird sleepy 11 a.m. games.
Oh, God damn it. It's the 11 a.m. ACC game. So is Pitt, Virginia. Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's the sleep. Those are like the weird ACC games, most of them.
You've convinced me. You've convinced me on that.
The 11 a.m. ACC games, they're weird, they're sleepy. And then the Thursday night ACC games are always weird. But like the 11 a.m. slot is kind of like if you were doing like Sickos noon Saturday or whatever, you'd want the weird ACC game at 11 a.m.
How about North Carolina at Wake, 6:30 ESPN2?
I just want this one to be. It's not going to be like SMU and Houston. I want it to be. I want Drake May and Sam Hartman just throwing the ball all over the place, putting up all kinds of points because, both defenses can't stop anything. And I just want to see, I predicted 56-49. Maybe this one I'll calm it down a little bit. I would like to see like a 49, some weird field goal here, like 49-45. Give me something like that.
Let's start looking around some other stuff. First off, Friday at 11 a.m. is LSU Arkansas. That's an 11 a.m. game.
On a Friday? That doesn't seem right.
No, it's Saturday. I'm right. It has to be Saturday.
Okay, I was like, the show note error. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Saturday. That one, guys, is on me.
Okay.
Saturday. Okay. Still, 11 a.m. feels like a weird kick for this game.
It's normally like that weird 2:30-ish.
Yeah.
And this is normally like the game that used to be on the day after Thanksgiving, like Black Friday.
That's right. This was the rivalry game.
The Golden Boot, which LSU fans say that they don't care about it, or like LSU doesn't care about it because they don't admit to having rivals in the SEC or whatever. But growing up, when like LSU was not great, like this kind of meant a whole lot more than what it does now. I'll just say that. Having some Arkansas neighbors, this game definitely. It had a little extra flavor for myself and some neighbors. The Golden Boot, which is the most insane like rivalry trophy thing that you could see. I mean, it's just like gold plated. It's so heavy.
It's actually gold plated though. Like it's gold.
Yes. Just the outline of Louisiana and Arkansas, like the actual legit like outline of both states, like nothing. Just gold plated on this giant wooden thing, which
super creative. Love to see it.
And it's called the boot, the Golden Boot.
The weights I could find for it were over 175 pounds or almost 200 pounds. They claim it's the heaviest trophy. I think the Cannon is heavy.
I'm gonna need them to show their work.
Yeah.
Right. I think
Coach,
the Fremont Cannon's heavier. The UNLV Nevada trophies.
no, I would think so. Yeah, that too, because that's an actual like legit cannon.
It's an actual
that they
cannon.
roll.
Yeah.
Is the reason that LSU is only favored by 3 in this game that we expect that they are still hungover from last week?
I assume they have not stopped drinking hurricanes. I assume that at some point Brian Kelly is just going to call in one of those mobile IV services into the film room and just start putting IVs into the arms of every football player and go, guys, we have to sober up. It's been 4 days.
And then it's that sleepy 11 a.m. game
Oh God damn
again.
it.
You know, these sleepy, like LSU notoriously plays bad at 11 a.m. They are not a school equipped to play at 11.
They're not a morning people.
No, they are not a morning people.
What do you think an 8 a.m. LSU class looks like?
Oh my God, do they have those?
Like, what does 8 a.m. music theory look like at LSU?
Jeez.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Everyone has a giant thing of coffee, and everyone is just trying to keep their head up while scribbling notation down. Hey guys, it's 8 a.m. Time for a 4-part harmony transcription test, guys. Here we go. I'm just gonna lay out a little easy 4-part harmony for you.
That's a nightmare.
An absolute goddamn nightmare.
I've only had the pleasure of going to that area of Louisiana once, and my firm recollection is that it is not a morning town.
I want to see what the 5 a.m. Starbucks line looks like in Baton Rouge.
Well, I mean, that's like, you know, they're getting the coffee to try not to go to bed.
It's true, yeah.
Anyone who's in that line is like they're not starting their day. They're either ending it or trying to continue it.
Hey Beth, let's talk about Oklahoma, West Virginia.
Oh no, do we have to?
11 a.m. on Fox Sports 1. How you feeling about this?
I'm going to this one too.
Yeah. Woo.
We have attempted to build the entire plane out of CJ Donaldson, which wasn't a good idea.
How's that going for you?
It wasn't a great idea when he had 2 legs. Now that he has one and the other one has become a robot leg, it's an even worse idea. So I don't understand how we're going to score any points in this game. And that's against a Big 12 team, which is an upsetting way to feel. This is just an absolute hopeless train wreck of a team, and it's going to be an absolute hopeless train wreck of a game. On the plus side, at least now, I'm not going to have to worry about trying to move my holiday plans for bowl season. I can just, enjoy what everybody else is doing and let this go through. But oh no, this is going to be an absolute train wreck.
So this is the game they need. They have to win this game.
They have to win out.
They have to win out. This past week, I finally got the R code to work. After this past weekend, so 3 weeks of Big 12 football left. There are, with 5 games in each week, there are 2 to the 15 or 32,768 possibilities of Big 12 of ways these games could finish going out, and there are 448 of them that have every team bowl eligible. Of those possibilities, that's 1.8% ish of all the possibilities. So what I'm saying is there is a chance, Beth.
Yeah, there sure is. And I will be cheering hard for West Virginia this week for no other reason than just to try to give you some more fun math to play with. I want this for you. I don't want this for me because it means that I have to watch more of them, and that makes me sad. I just be fun, guys. Be fun. Scare someone in the 4th quarter. It would be great.
So then we go on to Iowa State at Oklahoma State, 2:30 on ESPNU. Who's going to fuck this up more badly?
Oh boy.
Okay, Iowa State on the road.
Mm-hmm.
At Stillwater.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd have to lean Iowa State just because they're on the road, I guess. But I don't know if Spencer Sanders is quarterbacking for Oklahoma State. But Iowa State's known to they're the sideshow Bob team. That's what they are. They step on rakes all the time. Like they have. I'm glad they beat. Sorry Beth, but I'm amazed they beat West Virginia last week. Relatively handily too.
Yeah,
which was strange.
Oh yeah, I think if I'm laying money on this one, I'm laying it on Oklahoma State, because this is about the time that Iowa State's like, okay, we went into Morgantown, we fought a good West Virginia team, because we can all lie to ourselves, and we're ready, we really have this fixed, and now we're going to go on and take on an Oklahoma State that is going to be just bees in a blanket level of angry.
Yeah.
This is not going to be pretty.
I'm excited to see Gunnar Gundy come out. This
Gunnar
may be a Gunnar Gundy game.
Gunnar Gundy game.
That sounds like a font.
Gunnar Gundy sounds like a font. It sounds like a font that someone has overused on like a poster somewhere. An old Western font. Gunnar Gundy serif.
There's a new serif in town.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Whew, got the vapors. Ooh.
That was good.
Wisconsin and Iowa, 2:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. What are we going to see here? Is this going to be high-octane Iowa? Is this going to be master quarterback Graham Mertz throwing for 400? I want this to be...
I want to say it because I'm going to try to say this without laughing.
Go.
Graham Mertz versus Spencer Petras in an all-out aerial assault.
Yes!
Did you gentlemen check out the over-under of this game?
No. What is it?
Oh, God.
35.
No, that's not right.
Over.
No way.
Hammer the fucking over. This is going to be over. Iowa will cover it by themselves. Mark my words. Iowa's going to score 35. Why not?
This is just going to be a big, dumb rock fight of a game, and I am here for it.
It is. This is going to be the dumbest, biggest, rockest fight of the year.
Wow. It is that low. What?
Yes.
How did this fly under the radar? Like, I guess we got used to like Iowa, like unders at like 31 and 36 is relatively higher than what we're dealing with here. But
Vegas hasn't learned. See, this is the game where I would hammer the over because I'm feeling like this is SMU Houston this week, guys. Okay, this is SMU Houston. We're gonna see 97-92. Done. Easy.
I've never heard of plate tectonics working like that, but
you don't know about those plate tectonics that all of a sudden they move slowly and then all of a sudden they crash together super fast in like 10 years.
Yeah, like all of a sudden St. Louis is in the middle of Nebraska and everyone's like, what happened?
Yeah, that's science, kids. That's science, kids.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay. 36. Oh, all right. So the last time they matched up, it was 27-7. Wisconsin won. So that would have hit the under of 36.
That would have hit the under.
So
this is a much more offensively powerful Iowa team that they've seen in the past.
That's right. Spencer Petras is on fire.
On fire.
I want some reverb on the Graham Mertz, Spencer Petras, and all that. Okay, just give me the moistest, wettest, reverb.
The wettest.
That's right. Drench it, whatever that noise was.
Drench the reverb.
Oh my god.
Moist.
Okay.
Just a Richard Nixon nightmare over there.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like, I was getting my jowls going. I was going like it was very Nixon-esque for some reason.
All right, back to the MACTION. The Bobcats have defeated the Red Hawks 37-21.
So Ohio has actually had this series very much in hand the last like 20 years. Like this has definitely been like all Ohio's. Now, like the 20 years before that it was all Miami. So this is a very swingy rivalry.
Currently, Ball State and Toledo are just like creating just a beautiful box score where everyone is allowed to have one touchdown every quarter. They're sharing so nicely, and I appreciate that. It's really nice. I'm going to need them to both score touchdowns in the fourth, but so far so good. This game will go forever, and everyone will just share.
The next game we're going to talk about is Illinois-Purdue. They play for the Purdue Cannon, and I'm going to send you guys a picture of this cannon. I'm going to put it in the Discord.
Oh yeah, it's like the hand cannon.
It is ridiculously tiny.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's like he's just carrying it with one hand. The Purdue Cannon, which has got to be weird for Illinois to like play for something called the Purdue Cannon. When you have a rivalry game, normally it's like half the other team and half your team name, I think, most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, this was just straight up named after Purdue, like the Purdue Cannon. And then Illinois was like, Purdue was like, I guess we could play for this. I mean, if you don't have anything to play for, Illinois, we can play for the Purdue Cannon. I don't know the name reason for that.
It's so cute. It's tiny. So I looked up Purdue Cannon weight, and all I got was that there was a dude named Elijah Cannon who played for Purdue who weighed 220 pounds. I'm guaranteeing that the cannon weighs less than the guy named Cannon.
Considering that the person who's holding it looks like he's holding the front end of a garden hose, yeah, I would say so. That's a Risk piece. They are playing for a piece from the board game Risk.
It's the Monopoly cannon.
Yeah, like it's going to ruin someone's Risk game because they won't be able to put enough stuff on Oceania, but ugh. That's not a rivalry trophy. That's like somebody took a shrink ray to a rivalry trophy. Okay, now that I've seen, so Purdue has the huge drum.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the little tiny cannon. Is it possible that whoever is in standard weights and measures in Purdue is just like wildly bad at their job? Like they don't know how to make a normal sized thing?
All I know how to do is make things that are too big and too small. What do you want from me? That's why Purdue's head looks like that.
Right. Yeah, they're like, this is a perfectly normal sized head, and they're like, Gary, it's not Gary. You can't, Gary. You like, just don't look, Gary. This is all Gary has. Just give him this.
Gary, the equipment and size and this is a job. I love this job. I love Gary so much. 11 a.m. Rutgers and Michigan State. This is the battle for bowl eligibility, and can only one of them go through for bowl eligibility at this point? I think so, or otherwise it would require some like very stupid things to get everyone there.
5.
Yeah, so Rutgers really needs this. Like, they need this one, and then they have to beat Maryland at the end of the year because they're probably not going to beat, I think Penn State is who they play in between.
They're fine.
They're fine. Okay.
Michigan State also has Penn State because they usually end their season that way.
That's right, with the Glamour Shots land grant
trophy. Pew, pew, pew. Add lightsaber sounds here. So then we have Northwestern at Minnesota at 2:30 on the Big Ten Network. Commissioner writes in the show notes, no chance for Northwestern here, right? No. Like, why would you even think that?
Well, I mean, Minnesota did lose to Bowling Green last year, but I mean, I don't know.
A Bowling Green that we found out would be good a year later.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 1 year removed from a quality win.
That was like a sign of the things to come.
Is there any chance that Northwestern has just an inexplicable win in them this year?
So they have 3 chances left.
Right.
They're
and they would all be inexplicable.
They're 1-8. All right. Technically still alive for the Big Ten West.
Oh God. Oh no. I see the inexplicable win and people are gonna be so mad.
Oh no, I see it. No. Not Illinois. Not our dear Illinois.
No, I don't think it's Illinois. I think they beat Purdue and West Lafayette.
It at Purdue. Okay. Ooh.
I think Northwestern beats Purdue at Lafayette.
Ooh.
We're gonna have some angry people in the Discord when they hear that. Oh God.
I mean, Purdue's like what? They're 1 game away from bowl eligibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
They're 5-4. So
yes.
like Northwestern to stop themselves from going 1-11, which shout out to Dr. Garage Pete, who came on the original podcast I think we had, and he said that this is a possible 1-11 team, and we're like, no way, they just beat Nebraska. Yeah, we
were so stupid. God, we were stupid.
We were young then.
We were young. We didn't expect them to lose to Duke. We also didn't expect them to lose to Southern Illinois, the Salukis.
That one. That's the one that.
And then they lost to Miami of Ohio the week after that. So we didn't really expect that, but they're at Minnesota, at Purdue, and then home versus Illinois. But still technically alive. If some things happen, a lot of things need to happen. If they win out, they could still win the Big Ten West. So they're not mathematically dead yet.
ULM at Georgia State, 12 noon on ESPN+. Does Monroe need this, Kamish?
Yeah, they got to win out. Them surviving Texas State in the most... I still don't know how they won that game, but they need to beat Georgia State. Last year, Georgia State trounced them. It was 50-20 or something. Georgia State killed them. Now they're on the road in Atlanta. Georgia State's going with the blackout unis.
Yeah.
The blackout uniforms. So ULM needs this. They need to win the last 3 to make, an improbable bowl run to finish 6-6. I'm not confident in this one. But however, if they win this one, the confidence goes full force from here. I'm not confident they get this one. If they win this one, I'm all in. Let's go. Let's do this 6-6 thing. Let's do it.
This game is as low as $3 to get in the door. And if you're near Atlanta and you want to watch some football in a baseball stadium, this is where you go.
That's right. Well, a former baseball stadium. It's been converted.
So I looked at the seating chart. It is still very much a baseball stadium.
Yeah, there's no dirt lines whatsoever. It is still technically the former Turner Field, I guess, is what it was called. I don't even think ULM's got a I mean, like a 20% chance, 30% chance from what I see.
ULM wins this one easy. Wins by 10. Carry Cherry off the field. You got to have Kamish. Let me tell you something about what you need to have here. You need to have blind faith in your team. You can't be realistic about it. It's not helpful.
Ugh.
You got to be like, nope, 6 got 3 more wins in them. It's done.
Absolutely. This is like the 7 habits of highly successful football fans. Like
Exactly.
you need to put it in your vision board. Like I want you speak it out into the universe. Make this happen.
TM. We're writing this book. TM. We're writing this book.
The Bowden Boys about to pull off a miracle in Atlanta. Let's go.
There we go.
There we go.
Once that happens, we need to have an amazing, the Atlanta apparition. The whatever. We're gonna have a good like nickname for when it happens. Yes.
That's right. The Bowden baptism of Atlanta.
Oh, praise be. Southern Miss at Coastal, 6:30 ESPNU. So the Southern coach has been all over today. Someone asked him who is going to play quarterback, and he goes, "Could be lots of people. Should be fun."
Bring it back. Bring back the super back.
Let me see Frank Gore Jr. line up behind center again. Come on, let's do it.
He did it for one play against the Cajuns and hit him for a touchdown pass, which was amazing. They're on the surf turf. Coastal, they win this one. They got the Sun Belt East locked up.
Yeah.
If they win this one, Southern Miss is still one win away from bowl eligibility. Does the roofclaim.com bowl still have that tweet up showing Southern Miss bowl eligible?
Let's see. That's the Boca Raton Bowl, right?
The Boca Raton Bowl. Let's check it out. Do they still have
I think they may have pulled it.
They finally deleted it. Okay.
Cowards.
All right. They deleted it. All right. We're just checking.
No strength to their convictions.
No shady roof claims here.
No shady roof claims here. By the way, roofclaim.com, Boca Raton Bowl, if you'll fly us out, I will stop saying your company is shady. You'll still be shady, but I'll stop saying it.
They're going to buy your silence to fly you to Boca.
Mm-hmm. You can buy my silence, Boca Raton Bowl. I'm not expensive. Wyoming at Colorado State, 6 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. The border war for the bronze boot. So this is an old ass rivalry.
Yes, big time. I'm sorry, I'm still thrown off by you. Like your price is so low. The Boca Raton Bowl
much like a roofclaim.com insurance bid. My prices are very low. Some might say criminally low.
That's right. We will get rid of your deductible in a very shady and non-fraudulent way.
Beth, you need some new roof insurance. I may be partnering up with a roof insurer very soon. I get you some new roof insurance.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. How many boot trophies do we have?
There's a lot, right? But this is cool. This is an actual bronzed boot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like just an actual boot. Yeah.
That's not 2 states in the shape of a boot. This is an actual boot.
No.
So we've got the beehive boot too, out in Utah. Mm-hmm. I can't words. It's late.
We'll have to. No, I'll go through and find that. I'd like to share a story with you guys about this game because the first game in this rivalry was played in 1899, and I looked it up, and there's a little dagger next to it, and it says the game was controversial, but was ruled as a Wyoming forfeit per rule. So I'm going to read you guys a little story real fast about this game in 1899. So apparently, the 2 teams went to go play each other. It took place on a windy field in Laramie, reportedly covered with rocks. And one of the 2 Colorado State Aggies brothers named Emig, E-M-I-G-H. Emig?
Sure. What is it again?
E-M-I-G-H.
Emig. No.
Emig?
I know a couple of folks around here who have a name like that that's Amy, but I have no idea.
Scored a quick touchdown to open the game. The Express article, the Colorado Fort Collins Express article, went on to report that Professor House, acting as a referee, was, quote, insulted, cursed, and abused in a way that was new to him, at least. Every decision he made was questioned as if it had been unfavorable to Laramie. The Wyoming crowd would not only frequently berate the professor that they should have a second down when it was third down, but also frequently stormed onto the field shaking their fist in canes at House and the visiting Aggies football team, cursing at them and saying, kill the whole outfit, mob them right here.
So this is the late 1800s.
1899, yeah.
In Laramie, Wyoming. So you are at the end of the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
and this is happening.
Yep.
This is someone who is living and working in Laramie, Wyoming at the turn of the 18th century, who says he has been abused in a way he was never abused before.
This has been real creative.
Wow.
This has been real good. The
That's
final straw came with only 2 minutes remaining in this strange and violent game. Professor House ruled that a Wyoming player had used his hands or arms to guard another player. It was known as Rule 17 in the official football rules of the day, and was one that the umpire called, not the referee. When a player broke Rule 17, a penalty would be for the team with the ball to surrender it to the opposing team as a spot foul. The rule continues to state that if the team refuses to abide by this rule, then they forfeit the game. So the other referee declared that he himself overruled the penalty and Wyoming should keep the ball and play to continue. Professor House took out the rule book, showing it to MacArthur, who then slapped the book from his hands and House and yelled that he, quote, did not give a damn for the rules. Professor House then called that the Aggies win the game 11-0 by forfeit, and the boys from Fort Collins walked off the field. This incited, quote, a bit of a riot on the field, with Aggies quarterback Mills being struck on the head by a cane.
A bit of a riot on the field that, if I recall correctly, was covered in rocks?
Yep. So 1899 was a great game. That's what I'm reading here.
So like 1899, I think that's the year of like the setting for Red Dead Redemption 2. So now I'm just like imagining Arthur Morgan playing in this game. I'm just like imagining this happening outside of like Valentine in the game.
This is a fucking, why did Rockstar put in this fucking shitty side quest of going to a Colorado State Wyoming game? God damn! Like, what is this?
Yeah. I mean,
this fetch quests.
This should have happened. Side quest. Arthur Morgan, go deep there, boy. No, just like,
I don't like your side quest is to ref this game.
Dutch
run out of town.
Dutch slaps the rule book out. You gotta have faith. Just got a plan. He's got the coach. He's got a plan. It's great. Oh my god. Yes.
I also love the idea that, like, apparently refusing this penalty was a thing you could do. You'll lose the game, but you could just say no.
No, I just refuse it. This game this game has always been stupid.
Yeah.
It used to be slightly stupider. That's
can
all
we
I can say.
Bring that back, please.
I have pushed for the 10-yard spot foul for an incomplete pass ever since I learned about it, and I still believe that would solve a lot of our problems to this day.
I'm now willing to fight someone to bring back Rule 17.
I want to know what Rule 17 was, but just using some hands or something.
Yeah, basically, you can't use your hands. Apparently, those were some weird ass rules.
I still, this makes me want to go to Laramie even more now. I don't know why. I want to go more now.
Speaking of weird games with weird rules, Texas A&M at Auburn, 6:30 p.m. SEC Network. Football is a game of inches. This is a game of pure desperation.
So both are 3-6. The loser of this game is not going to be bowl eligible. Just say that at the beginning of the year to A&M fans. Hey, when you go to play at Auburn, if you lose this game, you're not going to be bowl eligible. I'm sure A&M fans would have not taken kindly to that. Right now, they kind of seemed a bit resigned to their fate somewhat.
There's a huge difference between being resigned to your fate and then when you find out it's real. There's being resigned and then there's finding out you're not going to a bowl game.
I think, was it Cole Kubelik had this tweet earlier today, and I had to save this one. So A&M at Auburn will be the third time in the past 4 seasons that a pair of SEC teams meet with both entering on losing streaks of at least 5 games. Before that,
Jesus
it hadn't
Christ.
happened. It hadn't happened before those past 4 years. It hadn't happened since 2001. You got
Jesus.
A&M and Auburn both on 5-game losing streaks, both on the verge of being eliminated from bowl eligibility, playing each other night game on the SEC Network. This feels kind of maybe game of the weeky here. I don't know.
It means more, guys. It
does.
does.
It does just mean more.
Also, Vanderbilt is the other SEC team on a 5-game losing streak, so you're in good company, Vandy. Congratulations. Vandy at Kentucky. Does Vandy end their SEC losing streak? I don't think so. I bet that hard against South Carolina. I came up real bad on that one. I'm just going to shut up.
They fought pretty good. I'll give you this. Vandy was hanging around. They were keeping it within like 1 possession, maybe a little bit, like 10 points. They were fighting. But I think Vandy's backup quarterback is going to have to play against Kentucky, where Kentucky's defense is kind of mean. So I don't think that the SEC losing streak ends at Kentucky and Kroger Field.
UMass at Arkansas State, 2 p.m. on ESPN3. 1-8 UMass, 2-7 Arkansas State. Hey UMass, we've supported you all year. Can you avenge ULM for us here? Like, avenge ULM.
Avenge them. No.
Avenge them.
I mean, it's really UMass and ULM. They're pretty close. They both have the longest road losing streaks in FBS right now. I think UMass has not won a game on the road in, I think, 21 games.
It's been a long time.
ULM has not won on the road in 19 games. Let's do it. UMass, ULM this weekend. End your road losing streaks here. One question I have: how much is Don Brown angry that Arkansas State has a waterfall in their stadium?
It's so flashy. He's just mad. It's so flashy. I can't imagine him going to like one of those NFL stadiums with like a pool. He would just be so apoplectically angry.
I bet you like he's a really nice guy and very friendly person, and we're making him out to be mean and angry all the time.
Oh yeah, no, we're making him out to be like this, like the biggest curmudgeon in the world. Whatever.
Don Brown, an angry old man. Part 3.
It turns out that Don Brown like does excellent charity work. He loves his grandkids. He, around Christmas he dresses as Santa Claus and plays carols on the spinet. Like, oh, absolutely. And we're just making him into like this chowder crunching monster, and I love it.
Please, if your chowder crunches, see someone about that. It shouldn't.
Oh God!
Look, when you make the clam chowder, you put the clams in with the shells, right? I'm low on calcium. I don't know how this works.
Clam chowder crunch.
That's a cereal. That's
Don Brown eats that for breakfast.
Yeah, clam chowder crunch. Cookie. It's like God. Cookie Crisps, a new cereal.
Just dump in some heavy cream and go for it.
UCF at Tulane, 2:30 p.m. ESPN Plus. I think we are all rooting hard for Tulane on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Green Wave. I want them to win this. I want them to their season to keep going just the way it has been.
Tulane, I am wearing the Green Wave home field joggers. Like I am all in for you. Like show game day what they're missing.
So my dad and we used to go to Tulane games all the time growing up in like the Mac Brown, Buddy Tevens, the maybe a little Tommy Bowden, Rich Rodriguez years, whatever. Growing up,
put some respect on Buddy Tevens' name. That's Dartmouth football head coach Buddy Tevens.
Dartmouth legend Buddy Tevens.
Legend Buddy Tevens.
I really wish I could find like the commercial that they had for Buddy Tevens to buy season tickets for Tulane. It was something called the Buddy System. It was something called the Buddy System. It was like, and they had like a catchy jingle. It was like, Buddy, 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 Buddy's the man. Yeah. It just cuts of Buddy Tevens wearing like the Tulane polo and the weird like hat that said Green Wave in like cursive or whatever.
Oh yeah,
those classic hats. But I've looked for that commercial and I just could not find it anywhere on the internet. Which if I did find it, it would really bring a lot of joy. But I mean, we used to go all the time. So my dad texted me. Let's do some text from the father here. He's like, like what bowls are considering Wave? Like there's no like the Wave or Green Wave. No, just what bowls are considering Wave. So
like he's like it's fucking Morse code. Got to drop. Right. Got to drop the articles.
Just done. What bowls are considering Wave? So I pulled up like the Brett McMurphy things, and it was like possibly cotton or sugar, but they got to keep winning. So and then he goes, "Wow, going to be in Florida before Xmas, Beef O'Brady Bowl, Outback Bowl, laugh out loud." And I was like, big game this weekend. And he was like, UCF, Wave played good against Tulsa. I'm like, that's basically what I get here. So that's the dad Tulane update where, just so, I mean, I know Human's going to be packed. Yeah. I wish they would have had game day. The city is like, the Saints are bad. And so like the city is like throwing a lot of love behind Tulane. And so I hope they come through. I hope they keep it going because I mean, Tulane hadn't did, again, feels like 98.
FIU have nothing to say about this game except it's the Shula Bowl, 2 p.m. ESPN Plus. There is a trophy that says Shula Bowl and it has both helmets on it. It does not have Shula's face on it though, so it's not that cool.
Is it like the Mike Shula Bowl or The
It's
Don Shula Bowl.
I think it's Don Shula was at both schools.
Okay,
Make sure.
really? I don't know. Don Shula is like a legend in Miami. Like, I mean, seriously, every time I went to visit my mom's side of the family in Miami,
Mhm.
it was just like Don Shula this, Don Shula that.
Here we go. Yeah,
I mean,
each school's first head coach has ties to Don Shula. FAU's
okay,
first coach was Howard Schnellenberger, who was the assistant of Shula, and FIU's first coach was Don Strock, who played under Shula in the 70s and 80s.
okay,
Oh, so this is like a Kevin Bacon trophy.
Yeah, it's
yes.
how many degrees of separation?
6 degrees of Shula separation here.
A game again that I'm having to choose. They're making me. Conference USA is ripping me apart. You're tearing me apart, Conference USA. Rice at Western Kentucky, 1 p.m. ESPN Plus. They put Big Red on the goddamn helmet. And not only that, they put his fucking eyes on the visor. And it's so good. And they gave Big Red a meaningful story arc over 3 weeks of like short videos on their their Twitter page.
Dude, you were so excited reading that, like your camera was shaking.
Because I slammed my hand on my fucking table.
They put Big Red
They put
on
Big
the
Red on the
helmet
helmet.
and the visor. Just like I just see the camera just shaking.
It's so good. The eyes on the visor are so goddamn scary.
Oh yeah.
Because they're looking slightly off to like the right.
I think my favorite like Photoshop you did with just the Big Red eyes was when you put it on like the Ford Transit.
Oh
Like
yeah.
the like every local business car, like plumber or whatever that had the wrap, like the Big Red eye wrap.
And Photoshop mockups are so good and so easy to do, and they all look so goddamn goofy when you put Big Red's eyes on like a shower curtain or pillows or whatever.
I would buy those throw pillows. I'll just say that in a heartbeat. If they had Western Kentucky throw pillows, I would definitely buy that and really torture my kid.
Someone said like the idea of like, hey, you want to come back to my place? And she comes, because I've got we got a Big Red comforter and Big Red pillows, and like that sets the mood. Oh yeah, let me light my Big Red candle. Click.
Beth, what would your reaction be if like you go over to a gentleman's home and he's just got like nothing but Big Red decor as soon as you walk in, but he gives you no heads up front?
I think that's a moment where like you open a door and the decision of whether or not you're about to go into that room that is the inflection point upon which your life will pivot. Everything is about to change based on what you're about to do. Mm-hmm. I'm probably immediately going to a closet and seeing if I can find a mascot costume. Like, that's like the next thing that is happening.
This man is secretly Big Red. I went on a date with Big Red. Oh my God.
How many college football mascots have articulated mouths? Have mouths that can actually move?
That's the thing, right? It's because his mouth
actually can move.
Right, yeah.
Like, all I want out of this game is somebody to make just a ridiculously obnoxious GIF or GIF or whatever, of Big Red trying to eat a bowl of rice like Cookie Monster.
Oh.
And just rice everywhere, like confetti.
So what would we, like, Jason Kirk, our I guess, like, our Sickos chairman emeritus or whatever, professor emeritus of the Sickos committee, he's been doing, like, the Rice and Western Kentucky thing here. Like, what would the Rice be with this in this situation here? So, like, when they played the Raging Cajuns, it was Dirty Rice. When they played, last week they played UTEP, it was cheesy Mexican rice. I just don't know.
I got this.
Okay.
It's rice cooked in Big Red.
Big Red rice.
Big Red rice. Not rice and red beans. Literally Big Red rice. And now I'm thinking, do I have a panda I'm willing to sacrifice to this attempt?
So if for the podcast listeners, if you're outside of Texas, I'll just say that there is a soda is kind of famous in like San Antonio and South Texas. It is called Big Red. It is just basically like a soda that is just red, and it's called BigRed.
It's a cream soda. It tastes like cream soda ish.
Okay,
cream soda and red 40.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a. It's okay, but
is it basically like, is it one of those things that is just a 90s flavor where the flavor is really a color? Like when we decided that blue was a flavor.
Yes.
Yeah,
it does like that.
It does have a partner. It does have a partner called Big Blue. So yes, basically what it is. It has like some weird. I don't even know if it's not like strawberry. It's just red.
Yeah, it's red.
Yeah, Big Red. That's it. There's no cherry, no strawberry, no raspberry. It's just Big Red.
A lot of red in this episode.
Yes.
Often thought to be bubblegum flavor, Its flavor is a combination of lemon and orange oils topped off by pure vanilla that offers a creamy aftertaste.
Oh, MACTION
Sure.
update.
Mm-hmm.
Toledo touchdown. Late
Oh,
in the
yeah.
game. A minute
Rockets.
18 left. The Rockets take the lead on Ball State. It's 28-21. MACTION.
So I'm going to see now if I can go buy some Big Red and make rice with it and destroy a pan doing that. Sure.
Big Red rice cooker.
I'm going to say the team name here on this next game, but I'm going to bleep it out
Done.
for comic effect.
Yes.
We have UConn, 11 a.m. CBS Sports Network. I think we can all just agree that UConn needs to win this. One, to be bowl eligible, and two, just because they need to beat because deserves nothing in terms of winning.
I really would like this team to lose. I want UConn to win. I want UConn bowl eligible. I want them to do this. I don't want UConn to have it come down to like the last week on the
Army
road against, at Army. I don't want that to happen. I want them to do this in the rent. I want them to do this. I want the Husky faithful to celebrate, and I want them to rush the field. That's what I want.
Oh, hell yeah, you rush the fucking field.
Yes.
The poetry of beating in the shadow of a Cabela's is, I just think it's just too good. UConn, you cannot turn down this opportunity. This is important. Your country needs you.
Let's do it.
And it's time to rise up.
Time to rise up, Husky Revolution. We've supported you this long. Gotta do it for us. I'm going to offer out 2 Pac-12 games, and if you have any strong feelings, let me know. Arizona State at Washington State or Cal at Oregon State?
Wazoo, I think since they handled Stanford, I think they should take care of business against Arizona State.
Especially at home in the Palouse.
That's right, definitely. Cal and Oregon State, I am very interested to see what happens here because Cal put up a really, 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 really nice fight against USC in the Cardinal and gold.
That's right.
And then that's right. Yeah, I've learned over the episode. I want to see if they can continue that against the Beavers and Corvallis. I'm rooting for the Beavers here, but Cal technically still alive for a bowl. They need some help. They need to win out to make a bowl. They're at Oregon State, home against Stanford, and then home against UCLA. So it's a tough road. This one is going to be very important for them to get it, and then maybe they can get some momentum and play their rivals in the game, I guess.
Stanford at Utah. We overshot the field goal over under for Stanford last time. I'm going to set it at 2.5 this time.
2.5.
Stanford field goals 2.5. What are we going with?
That they're at Utah. So you said the last couple games Stanford had, right? They had let's see the Stanford points. Let's do this. So the Stanford points, they had 16, 15, 13, and 14 in their past 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going to get the 12, they need 4 field goals. I am going over. I'm going to go. They hit 4 field goals, and that's basically all they get against Utah.
Beth?
I'm going to go under. I think the Cardinal are going to grind to a halt a little bit, and just that powerful offense is going to be stopped just short of where their kickers can reliably make it.
I'm going to join Beth here. I'm going to go under on this. They burned me last time. And so not out of like logic or out of statistics, but out of pure spite. Other fun games going around. JMU at ODU, Old Dominion, 12 p.m. ESPN Plus. These tickets are expensive as hell. Over $100 on the resale. And we found this out last week when the tickets to the game before were so cheap. This apparently is something that both teams are very much looking forward to. They have the Royal Rivalry Challenge, which is an all sports thing they have now. Glad that ODU and JMU are finding that rivalry juice as they're going forward in the Sun Belt. Then also Mountain West, San Jose State at San Diego State. And then one that I'm super excited for, Boise State at Nevada, 9:30 CBS Sports Network. I don't care if this has been one-sided. I don't care if Nevada has only won 2 of the last 18. I will always remember 2010 and that friggin' Boise State Nevada game where Nevada wins on the field goal and destroys Boise State's chance at the BCS. I don't care how many times Nevada loses this game or how many times Boise State wins. This game always gets stupid, and Boise State wants to destroy Nevada every single time. This is blood feud.
That weird one, the missed field goal, that was just heartbreaking for Boise, I would say, really. And so they have taken their anger out.
And that was Colin Kaepernick, Nevada too. And so they were definitely flying.
I think Nevada only had 1 loss in that game, and Boise was undefeated. So that was like Mountain West, like at the peak as they say in their commercials. Also, the San Jose State and San Diego State. San Jose State did lose to Fresno State in a tough one, so they're 4-1 in conference. They need to win this one, and San Jose State is bowl eligible, which is nice. The Aztecs do need a win to get bowl eligible compared to their last year. They were on fire last year. But this year has been definitely, some regression to the mean for the Aztecs.
By the way, that was not a Mountain West rivalry, sir, in 2010.
Oh,
that was a whack rivalry.
Waction.
And then our Hawaii test is an early Hawaii test this time. It only starts at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, so Beth gets to not stay up too late. Utah State at Hawaii. Utah State's been looking better. Hawaii seems to be coming around. This should just be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. This is a good way. This is a good nightcapper.
Final MACTION. Toledo has defeated Ball State. Toledo wins 28-21.
Toledo's in the driver's seat of the MAC East now.
Ball State will have to wait to get bowl eligible till next week.
For our FCS games, we are in everyone in D1 gets one win watch. In the Missouri Cap Valley Conference, we're cheering on 0-9 Western Illinois Leathernecks facing off against the 1-8 Indiana State Sycamores. This is basically Western Illinois' last chance.
Western Illinois, they're 0-9. They did not necessarily do that great last week because they did have to play North Dakota State. So, yeah, they lost 56-17.
Holy shit.
That'll happen.
So poor them. They really need to beat the Sycamores of Indiana State. They do play Illinois State at the end of the year, which is their big rivalry. But Illinois State, the Cardinals are 5-4 right now. So this is kind of Western Illinois' last shot, we think, last legitimate shot to get a win. Indiana State, the only time they won a game, they're 1-8. They beat North Alabama, and if you remember earlier the year, North Alabama played against Jacksonville State in that baseball field game.
Oh, that's right.
That was very. They had to explain that, hey, it's totally safe, you guys.
The other team looking for their first win in D1, the 0-9 once again, the 0-9 Robert Morris Colonials. In the Big South are playing the 1-8 Murray State Racers. Murray State got their first win last week. They beat Tennessee State. Murray State has scored 118 and given up 344. Robert Morris has scored 94 and given up 315. This is a last chance for Robert Morris to get past this line. And then another game I want to shout out this week is our D3 special. So you guys know that there is the Commander-in-Chief Trophy for the three service academies. So there is something called the Secretary's Cup. And it is between the Coast Guard Academy and the Merchant Marine Academy. They've been playing for 50 years. It's their big game. This is like their big rivalry thing. And it's this weekend. And it's going to be on ESPN Plus, which is very cool. So shout out to the, looking up mascots right now. Gonna edit this tighter. This is the Coast Guard Academy Bears.
So they're the Coast Guard and they're the Bears?
They're the Bears, yep. And the Merchant Marine Academy Mariners.
See, that makes sense.
Makes a lot more
they're
sense.
the Merchant Marines, they're the Mariners. But, like, you're the Coast Guard and you're the Bear. Well, I mean, maybe, like, there's a bear on the coast that's guarding it, I guess. I have no idea.
If you put a bear on the coast and I'm trying to come ashore, I would say that the coast has been guarded at that point.
I mean, that makes sense. I definitely will give you that's still
Origin of the nickname for the Bears. The Academy nickname, the Bears, is named after the USRC Bear, which made a dramatic rescue in Alaska in 1897, shortly before the opening of the Academy. In 1926, then Cadet Stephen Evans, a future superintendent of the Academy, brought a live bear to the Academy and named it Obji, for objectionable presence. The tradition of keeping a live bear as a mascot was continued until the city of New London petitioned for its removal in 1984.
So they had a live bear mascot until 1984? George Orwell warned us about this.
This is exactly what George Orwell was talking about.
When the city is asking you to please get rid of the live bear, something happened.
That's the thing. You know that it was like, look,
okay,
it mauled someone.
I'm so sad that I missed whatever city council meeting that was.
No, you said New London? What city is that?
New London, New London, Connecticut. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was just like to be a fly on the wall in that city council meeting. The bear's gotta go.
The bear's gotta go.
Get rid of the bear.
We found it in the library again.
Guys, we have covered everything and nothing. It's been wonderful. Beth, do you have anything else to say?
No.
No. Kamish, you got anything?
Shout out Theo College. Beth's got her Theo College shirt on. Theo College soccer. Very
Is
nice.
it teal or Thiel?
It's teal.
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 There we go. I knew I
Yeah.
had it wrong the other day.
Teal.
Yeah, we have to
Teal.
rep as much D3 in the world as we can.
The teal Tomcats.
Yep,
The Teal
go Tomcats.
Teal College soccer. Hopefully they're better than the football team, right?
Anything is better than the football team. The volleyball team's apparently doing really well. They
There we go.
they just lost in the President's Trophy finals against Bethany. So, but
Oh.
yes, Teal is going to have to wait until next year to possibly break that home losing streak of 6 years and counting. But
Oh man.
They'll get there. I
They
got
will.
faith. I got faith.
All right, we're gonna publicize Teal as much as possible, and when they get that win, we're gonna take all the credit for it.
Yeah, we are.
absolutely.
Everyone, have a good week 11, and we will see you on the other side.